I want to thank Watson Land for contributing $5,000. I also want to thank Price Transfer and Carson Dominguez companies for also contributing to this effort. And that's my segue to Mr. Carmen Policy, who's going to... Policy. So,
Mr. Mayor,
we are the All-America City, and we want you to make us the football city.
I must admit that when I walk into my home with my wife there and my grandchildren and some of my children, I don't get a greeting like this.
Hey, welcome home!
Thank you. Normally some comments made to the effect, "What did you bring me? Why are you late?" As a matter of fact, there are some things we have to discuss relative to things you have to do around here in California. I submit that our unique and very viable partnership, the partnership of the Chargers and the Raiders, is uniquely equipped to handle all of the challenges that come with re-entry into the LA market. All of those challenges and all of those demands that have been set by the fans, public officials, the people that run those wonderful businesses and the people that maintain those businesses, and all of the citizens, not only of Carson, but of the greater region, all of the demands that they have set. I think we are equipped to meet. Now, we guarantee success in LA. We guarantee success because our project is founded upon 4 basic cornerstones that will provide the optimal outcome for the region, the NFL, and both teams. First, and I know you're going to love hearing this, we start with the best possible football location by far, according to every measurable study and standard. Second, it will extend the reach of the 2 teams that are going to enter this market. Third, and again, the league owners loved hearing this, financial certainty. Financial certainty is established with a 2-team, 1 bid. Now let's start with the best football location, Carson. LA is all about sunshine, outdoor lifestyle, and the automobile. The car is primarily how people travel in this region. You measure your trips by drive time and easy on, easy off access. Carson is central to West LA and Orange County, plus all of the areas that will be part of this entirely new expanded market. West LA is 15 miles from our site. Orange County is 10 miles, and downtown LA is only 12 miles. These conditions involve mostly freeway driving with minimal, very minimal side street contact. That's critical to our motorists. We're dealing with an expansive site and direct freeway access. This slide says it all. Just take a look at it. And imagine people from back east who aren't really familiar with Carson, with the layout of the freeways, with the location and what freeway driving means in LA, in the LA region. Our stadium will be directly on the 405. As all of you know, LA's most traveled freeway. There's actually, and I had to be shown this because I doubted it at first, there's actually an off-ramp that empties directly onto the site. That really amazed a lot of the owners. The 110 downtown freeway is 1 block away from the site. And as I said, downtown LA is only 12 miles away. This expansive site consists of 168 acres, which can be dedicated 100% to football and fan entertainment and fan experience. Now, ancillary development is available, ancillary development can be pursued, but, and you're gonna hear from Goldman Sachs later on, it's absolutely not necessary. We are totally entitled for a sports and entertainment corridor that could embrace bars, restaurants, and a hotel. The site gives the NFL flexibility for over 50 years. Now, the NFL will stand above all else at the Carson location. Football will be first, and the NFL campus that can be provided would provide a spectacular presence. More than 8 rent-free acres will be provided to the league to create an NFL campus, if they so wish. Now, just think of what that means. This campus can accommodate digital media, the NFL Network, and close to my heart, USA Football and Youth Football, and NFL events and programs. Also, we've even had conversations with the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and they're excited about the prospect of locating a Western annex for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There's been some talk of even an NFL health facility being located here, tied to some of the great universities in the area, doing the kind of research that would directly impact not only the NFL in terms of its focus on health, but also sport in general, the professional level, the college level, and the kid level, every level. This site and all of its offerings, including an enhanced capacity capable of reaching 75,000 seats, will be designed uniquely for Super Bowls. The NFL will have continuously dedicated infrastructure and parking that will meet future demands and truly make Carson a Super Bowl nirvana. Just imagine, please, just try to imagine the economic impact and opportunities that will be created for the whole region, Carson and the entire region, this entire expanded market, with the Carson site being on continuous rotation for Super Bowl selection. Carson will be the center of it all. Carson delivers resoundingly on the 5 most important features that the LA fans insist upon. This is according to an NFL market feasibility study for Los Angeles, prepared for the league, specifically analyzing their next move. On-site parking is number 1. Now, I know I'm not telling you anything new. All of you live in this part of the state, this part of the country. You understand how important parking is. On-site parking being number 1, we have 12,000. We actually have over 12,000 dedicated and striped spaces that would be placed on the site. Important. Dedicated on-site. That's critical. We have 13,000 more spaces adjacent to the dedicated space. And by the way, our engineering firm tells us that most of those additional 13,000 spaces are within a 15-minute walk to the front door of the stadium. A leading engineering firm has determined that the post-game egress time for premium clients will be 15 minutes. Now think about it. You get in your car, 15 minutes, you're on the freeway. For the general admission clients, it will be one of the fastest, if not the fastest in the league. Stadium location and drive time is number 2. And accessibility from freeways is number 3. These 2 demands are absolutely met by our close proximity to 3 freeways, 28 ramps, and an extremely limited exposure to any off-freeway streets. Keep in mind, it's those off-freeway streets where the great horror stories emanate from. It's those off-freeway streets where the nightmares occur in terms of the traffic jam, log jams. High-quality food and beverage was number 4. Now, it doesn't exactly relate to our site, but the 4th most important feature for LA fans was high-quality food and beverage. And we are guaranteed to provide the best of LA's culinary scene because we know we're going to have to meet a very diverse and somewhat sophisticated demand. But what I really want you to notice, and you'll see it in the video, we're going to have a unique farmers market on site. And this will be available for the pre-game revelry we all call tailgating. And it'll be a typical California fashion set of products, fresh from the farm to the market. The ability to tailgate came through very loud and clear as number 5. Everybody loves tailgate. Everybody, every part of the world. But this will be a unique form of tailgating. Our 168 acres with generous on-site surface parking, huge outdoor screens. Imagine these beautiful screens outdoors, people tailgating, where they're projecting Red Zone and other game day broadcasts. This will provide the most outstanding tailgating opportunities in the nation. I became familiar with the Carson site, I think about 16 years ago. This was due to my NFL committee work as I was dealing with the Los Angeles expansion effort. The league, maybe you know this already, but the league even tried to buy the Carson site 3 different times. An option was actually put on the table, and I absolutely voted in favor of the money being allocated for that option. I love Carson as a football site, but you know what? Far more importantly, the LA fans will too. We have prepared a short video that is intended to give you a feel for the unique features of our design, special amenities, amazing fan experiences, and the overall LA ambiance. These elements will provide the local fans with reasons to ignore their other options and make sure that ours is the place to be. Now, in typical Hollywood style, and I just can't refuse this, I'd like to give you a sneak preview. And I'd like that sneak preview to give you some highlights that we ask you to specially note. First of all, the Directors Club and Fill Patio. You'll see this in the video, and it's going to come through very loud, very clear, and very special. This will be Celebrities Haven, committed to exclusivity and excitement. The Hollywood Club. I talked about this with other club owners, and they are very excited about that. And it will be open air and in the action rather than back of the house. The Academy Suites, club within a club. This is where the Oscar winners and LA's top executives will be seen. Amazing farmers market, you heard me refer to that. Fresh ingredients for a tailgate menu. Huge video screens, almost like you're going to the drive-in again, for pre-game program out in the parking areas. See that video there? Or not video, that image there? That's the General Admissions Peristyle Club. That's where you'll find me during the game.
Yeah.
And now, opening day. Well, hopefully they'll even, provide me with a few tickets to come to more than opening day. And now I hope you'll just enjoy this video.
This is Los Angeles. Sunshine, beaches, Hollywood, where anything is possible. And home to a new NFL destination that will return pro football to Los Angeles with remarkable style. Sleek, smooth, aerodynamic, designed to be an instant classic. This is the new Los Angeles Stadium in Carson. Architecturally significant and guaranteed to deliver an extraordinary football experience that gets fans off the couch and into the stadium. Centrally located to West LA and Orange County and positioned to serve all of Southern California, the stadium in Carson offers easy and direct freeway access for everyone, along with dedicated VIP lanes. The atmosphere is electric, and every fan will feel special from the moment they arrive. With plenty of space dedicated to the sacred ritual of tailgating and an authentic farmer's market to bring local flavor to a time-honored tradition. Game day starts early with Red Zone action on giant HD screens as the Hollywood Drive-In makes a triumphant return. Live music helps create the biggest pregame party around and establishes this new stadium as the best large outdoor venue in Southern California. But football will always come first. A field dedicated to fans welcomes a new generation in America's most diverse city. An NFL campus helps extend the NFL's presence in LA and power every important league initiative for the next 50 years. The stadium and the site have been designed to host Super Bowls that are uniquely LA. When entering the stadium, it's clear that fans will be celebrating. With 65,000 seats, our open-air canopy design enhances the roar and passion of the crowd, creates phenomenal sightlines, and connects every fan to the action. The Peristyle Bar is unparalleled in size and captures the LA vibe. It's a place to meet friends, watch the game, and even take a selfie. For premium fans, our design offers the NFL's largest on-field patio, blurring the line between spectator and teammate. While the groundbreaking Hollywood Club establishes a first-of-its-kind open-air premium lounge, this is the place to see and be seen. In the Academy Suites, exclusivity reaches a new level. Here, the star treatment stretches beyond the suite walls to a private club within a club, special pre-game field access, and a complete red carpet experience. From start to finish, this new stadium is designed to provide easy and direct freeway access, five-star hospitality, and capture the energy and excitement of every game for every fan. This stadium and site will connect all of Southern California to the NFL. Meet LA's newest celebrity. Welcome to the Los Angeles Stadium in Carson.
Never mind.
Well, we hope you got the sense from the video that we really designed the site and the building for the LA fan. Let me try to explain that further. A Southern California mega market will be created. The LA experience at Carson Stadium will bring the Southern California fan to our events, notwithstanding any other options, including the couch. They will sense that if they are not here, they're truly missing something. The entire project has been designed by world-class architects. They understand that a mix of exclusivity and venue intimacy helps drive the market. That is one of the main reasons we limited seating to 65,000. We are committed to sustainability. Electric car charging stations, solar panels, natural ventilation, and recycled and renewable finishes are all part of the plan. We are green, we are wired, and we are easily accessible. These amenities are essential to the LA fans. We are LA, and therefore, we are outdoors. Carson Stadium will capture the demand for a premium outdoor venue at LA. A venue that can host the area's biggest and best outdoor events. It will become the place to see and be seen, just as Kiefer Sutherland said. Southern California can become the NFL's new mega market. Market analysts consider LA as it's now configured. As it's now configured, which means as it was configured 20 years ago. They consider it to be a two-team market. NFL owners now have the ability to transform this area into a Southern California mega market by approving the relocation of the Chargers and the Raiders to the LA region. A positive decision could cause the market to extend from Santa Barbara to Mexico, and the population within the region will increase significantly. The Southern California mega market will approach a density of 22 million people, and Carson will be the center of that mega market. What's the result of all that? Southern California will then become the NFL's largest market. More populous, faster growing, younger, and more diverse than even New York. The LA market knows us and wants us. An official NFL 2015 market report released in May of 2015, just a few months ago, established that the favorite teams amongst the fans in Southern California are the Raiders and the Chargers. I somehow expected that reaction. They are number 1 and 2 in the LA survey.
Which was number 1?
The Raiders. You knew I was going to say that either way. Remember, the Chargers and Raiders are born and bred California teams, which have always called California home. Here's an interesting slide. An incredible number of our fans already are residents of the LA market. 18% of the Raider fan base currently lives in LA, and 23% of the Chargers fan base currently lives in LA. Southern California is poised to welcome their 2 favorite teams. And now, the third foundation block of our project is financial certainty. This is an absolute must. It's not only of severe interest to the NFL owners, it's of severe interest to the leaders of this community. There is no better resource to explain all the financial issues that are part of this project than Goldman Sachs. Just nobody better. Tim Romer is Goldman's managing director / head of the Western region and the financial team leader for our project. Tim will now provide you with the Goldman Sachs report and position on financing.
Thank you, Mayor, council members, councilwomen. My name is Tim Romer, as Carmen said, and Goldman Sachs is representing both the Chargers and the Raiders as we look at the financing for this great project. I personally, for the last 5 years, and our entire team at Goldman, has looked at every viable stadium site in Southern California. And let me just say at the outset, we're very excited about the LA Stadium Carson, and we're committed to make it happen. As Carmen indicated, the location is terrific from a financing perspective. It's centrally located to all of California, not just LA, but Orange County, Santa Barbara, San Diego, all the way to Mexico. The ingress and egress and freeway frontage are very attractive and very helpful. And we all know in LA, it's all about how do you get there and where do I park. Not only is parking ample, but the tailgating opportunities are ample. And as Carmen indicated, we look at this, the design, the size, it's perfectly suited to LA. It's outdoors, it's intimate, it's going to be a great fan experience for everybody. And that's really what this is all about, is to make it exciting to go to as a fan. From Goldman's perspective, it's an ideal location, it's a great design. And personally, someone who's lived in LA for nearly 30 years, I can personally say this is where I want to go watch football. I don't want to be left out. Our entire team at Goldman has worked on a number of stadium projects. We did the 2-team financing for MetLife Stadium for the Jets and the Giants. We recently financed the Levi Stadium in Santa Clara for the 49ers. We also are currently financing the stadium for the Vikings, US Bank Stadium. We also just in the last couple weeks closed the financing of the second phase for the Sacramento Kings Arena in Sacramento. Based upon this experience with NFL stadiums and our work here in California and our thorough analyses of the Carson project, we've concluded that a 2-team stadium financing in Carson will be financially very successful. Throughout our analyses, we use conservative assumptions, revenues on the low end, expenses on the high end, to support these conclusions and our modeling. Frankly, a 2-team stadium is more affordable for the teams, and for the fans.
That's right.
As a lender, we also intently focus on completion risk. We don't get paid unless this stadium gets built. And we are very satisfied with the various protections built in from a construction and financing perspective, and we're certain that the stadium will be completed. Bottom line, the lower debt levels, the shared costs, the higher revenues from a two-team stadium provide tremendous financial certainty to the teams and to the league. Our financing structure has been used to fund several other NFL stadiums. It's a proven and straightforward model. We are going to follow very closely the public-private partnership that we used up at Santa Clara for Levi Stadium. The stadium, as you know, will be owned by the Municipal Stadium Authority, like Santa Clara. The authority, however, will be a standalone joint powers agency that will not be supported by the city or any other governmental entity. Most importantly, the stadium financing will not rely on any general fund monies from Carson nor any tax dollars.
Yeah.
The teams, as private parties, will be responsible to design, build, finance, operate, and maintain the facility. This is the model we use for other stadiums and the model we use for a variety of public-private partnerships. The stadium operations and financings will only be paid from revenues generated from the stadium, mostly from football and related operations. We see great potential for non-NFL events, concerts, other sporting events, etc. But our financing model does not rely upon these revenues. We focus on what's generated by the football and related activities. The upfront construction dollars will come from a mix of stadium revenues, seat license sales, and loans from Goldman and loans from the NFL. The risk of non-payment or default on the financing is a risk borne only by the lenders and the teams. There's no risk to the public. The city will benefit from the payment of ground rent plus all other taxes, sales, business, property taxes by the teams and the stadium. Moreover, as the LA EDC did in an independent report, there are significant other regional and local benefits and activities. There will be over 16,000 jobs generated during construction and $2.6 billion of total construction activity. From annual operations, there will be over 13,000 jobs and over $900 million annually generated. This project has a tremendous regional benefit and a tremendous local benefit to Carson. Our confidence in the success of a two-team stadium financing is further supported by the exhaustive work to date to develop conservative and verified construction costs. 2 independent cost estimators and 4 large contractors have independently developed, reviewed, and verified the cost and the constructability of the stadium and the specific design we're presenting here today. The total stadium project cost is $1.78 billion. It's important to note at Carson, we benefit, frankly, from a site that already has $180 million of prior investment in infrastructures made by prior developers in the city. That's outside and above and beyond the $1.78 billion figure. Our on-site utilities are in place. Water, sewer, electric, and various other improvements have already been made and in the ground. We are entitled. Once approved by the league, the project is ready to begin immediately, starting with construction prep work. We're ready to go once we're approved. The two-team model affords the ability to make sizable but smart investments that improve the overall fan experience. All the amenities and finishes will be of the highest quality. As I said, it's more affordable. You have 2 teams in 1 stadium. All the bells and whistles, as Carmen mentioned, will be easily included. The construction and financing plan include various protections, as I indicated, to guarantee the stadium will be built on time and will open in 2019 for that season of football. From Goldman Sachs' perspective, a 2-team, 1-venue financing model for the Los Angeles Stadium in Carson provides the financial certainty and flexibility to make the NFL's return to LA a success for the next 50 years and beyond. We are also very impressed with the partnership with the Chargers and Raiders. This is a 50-50 equal partnership that will get the LA Stadium project done and done right. As a firm, we're honored to be a part of the project and fully committed to make this happen. We look forward to continuing work to make this exciting and transformative project a reality. Thank you for your time.
I always feel better after I hear Tim talk. It lets me sleep better at night. Our fourth and final foundation block is the fact that the Carson project is the best and most comprehensive decision for the NFL. Now, why is it the best and most comprehensive decision for the NFL? First, our partnership solves what we call the California dilemma. These two teams are playing in the oldest and most dilapidated stadiums in the league. Their football presence predates even Candlestick Park, which, by the way, is now rubble and dust. The Chargers and the Raiders are California born and bred. Together, they share a 90-year family history with the NFL. Our plan ensures their bright future in California, and California is where they belong. Second, just think of it. Think of how it makes sense. One grand stadium. All the bells and whistles. Built from the start. By two teams, for two teams. No tenant-landlord relationship here. These are two teams owning, playing, operating, and living at the LA Stadium in Carson. In conclusion, we guarantee success in LA because we just have the best plan. Best football location, parking, tailgating, ingress, egress, the creation of a Southern California mega market, a deep, deep market that allows both teams to have wide breadth of expression and wide, in-depth approach to making sure that they're successful and competitive for decades and decades and decades to come. Financial certainty, you heard from Tim and Goldman Sachs, based upon totally conservative assumptions. And as I just explained, the best comprehensive decision for the NFL. It solves the California dilemma and creates equal stadium ownership with two teams. All I can say is thank you, Carson. Thank you for all you've done, and thank you for all you continue to do. And by the way, thanks for having us here today.
All right.
It's hard for me to bring the gavel down on that, but I... Well, thank you very much, Mr. Policy and Mr. Romer. I hope you will take some questions from the council. I just wanted to begin by thanking you both for coming here. Thanking you both for working with us to ensure for our residents that only the best is coming to Carson. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Policy. Thank you, Mr. Romer, as well for financing the deal. We know that money is important. Particularly the jobs that you were speaking of. Will those be union jobs?
Yes, they will.
Great.
Unequivocally. By the way, I was remiss in not thanking union membership for the support they gave to this project from the very beginning. They were critical in terms of bringing the community together and showing the kind of support that the project and that you elected officials and you serving officials all had in connection with putting this together.
And then I close with my favorite quote from the video that Keith Ashland said. He said, "It's the place to see and the place to be seen." And I'm excited that it's coming to Carson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Councilwoman Davis Holmes.
Oh,
Now I have to be specific.
you have to be specific. I was the only flower up here for a while. First of all, let me say thank you. And when you talk about, and all of my questions have been answered in the presentation, all the questions I even thought I had, and the feasibility study was key in my mind, and you addressed it right to the point. So to Mr. Policy and Tim, you just did a fantastic job. To our Raider and Charger fans, thank you for being here. And I think what resonates in me is America's most diverse city. I think that just sums it up. It talks about how we are as a city. And why not Carson? Why not Carson? We have all of the amenities, and I think we got the best team putting this together for us. So thank you so much. I look forward to being at the first game, the second one. I used to be a Raider ticket holder, guys. But I traveled to San Diego to see the Chargers play. So. When you live in a house with a football fanatic, you have to go where he goes, so you don't be left at home alone. So just thank you. I think it's just a wonderful presentation. And Carson, are we going to be the home of the next NFL football stadium with the Chargers and the Raiders? I can't hear you.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Okay, I have some questions, but I would just want to say at this time, thank you, and the friends, your friends, for coming and spending this great and wonderful time with us. Let's give ourselves a big round of applause and a big round. I know that our citizens in Carson don't want to forget the names of these two fine gentlemen who are really working hard, and I know you and your team. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carmen, once more time, introducing you, Mr. Carmen Policy. And I said, sir, I think I know you because I've seen you on TV many times. Right? Okay, well, some of you maybe, you know, you haven't seen him in person. Then another one is Mr. Tim Romer, the favorite guy in town because of the financial. Oh my God, OMG, this is not going to be a reality. Okay, so let us see. One question. Your presentation definitely is a whole package full of excitement, full of supreme sensation, sights and sounds. All right? I'm a literature English teacher, that's why I use all of those. Have these presentations, have they been shown to the NFL owners who are eventually, of course not eventually, but definitely will decide?
The first presentation was made to the NFL owners, gathered together in Chicago on August 11th.
That's what I like the people to hear. So therefore, if they see this presentation, do you think they will say no? No. They will say what? And is that the only presentation, sir?
We made one other presentation. We were invited to downtown Los Angeles by the Los Angeles Sports Commission and the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce to appear at a luncheon that they sponsored so that we were able to make this presentation, and some of your leaders were there.
That's another question that it was answered today, and that's very, very important. Do you agree with me? Yeah! Okay, there you go. So, I just want to end my remarks by saying this. I love the last two statements that I heard from you. Two teams operating, owning, and living in Carson. No landlord-tenant relationship. This means this is the people's stadium. All of us. Really? Yes? Do you agree? And thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for your time being spent with us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Now we will hear from Councilwoman Demisha Goss.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Wow, what an opportunity to be inducted in the city. My first meeting to hear from Mr. Policy. I want to thank you for coming to Carson, and I also want to thank Mr. Romer for your presentation as well. I think that you said it best when you said Carson delivered features for LA success. We believe that. We've always believed that here on the City Council, so we want to thank you, Mr. Policy, for coining that. So when you go home tonight and you have those dinner conversations about this stadium, know that Carson delivers features that everyone in our region can benefit from. We know that we have the best location, we have our mega market, we have our fans, we have the financial certainty, as Mr. Romer stated, and we also have it's the best decision for NFL. But I do have a question for Mr. Romer, and my question is, has Goldman Sachs hired an independent expert to double check your assumptions related to your financial plan?
We use independent data to develop the plan. So we have been fed independent information about the market, and we then evaluate that information. So yes, it's been independently worked on by other entities that specialize in sports and sports facilities.
Thank you. I wanted that clarification for all of those, hate to use the word haters, that Carson. Now you know. The financial stability is accurate, the numbers are accurate, and Carson is the best place for this prestigious stadium. Thank you all, and we are Future Unlimited for Carson. Look forward to working with you.
I just want to say a couple of things that Carson is getting a lot of incredible positive attention. We had a big press conference on Friday that was covered by no less than 7 TV news media channels, in addition to print, reported all over the United States, if not the world. So I want to thank you for bringing all this positive attention to Carson. As you know, the residents of Carson signed the petition at record pace, faster than anywhere else, not only in LA County, but anywhere else in the world. We as a council are committed to making sure that our residents get the best project. We were in long negotiations with Mr. Romer until 2 o'clock in the morning one evening, but as the councilwoman stated at the time, we're not going to shortchange our residents, and we got a better deal than Santa Clara received. Correct, Mr. Romer?
He's not allowed to say that. But you're right.
And we, in an effort to show our commitment to our partners, we are putting our best foot forward. And we are doing what we can as a city to help you as you try to convince the 32 owners of the NFL that Carson is the best site. So if there is anything that we can do as a city, as a council, as a community, please, please do not hesitate to let us know. And I bet you dollars for donuts, we will probably do it. And that includes just about anything. So keep that in mind. Thank you very much for being here. Before we take a brief recess so you can talk to the media, I did want to call up the president of the Carson Chamber, who was at the presentation on Friday, so he could come up and make a brief presentation at this time, and then we can take a quick break and we can have Mr. Carmen Policy and Tim Romer talk to the media.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor Albert Robles, Pro Tem Elita Santarina, Council Member Lula Davis Holmes, Council Member Alicia Gauls, and Council Member Joan Hilton. I would like to present on behalf of the Carson Chamber of Commerce a certificate of recognition for the outstanding leadership all of you have shown representing the community of Carson and also the fans of the Chargers and the Raiders. I'm sure they all appreciate what you have done. May it be known that the City of Carson is hereby awarded this certificate of honor for their official unveiling of the Los Angeles Stadium sign, presented by the Carson Chamber of Commerce. The board of the Chamber of Commerce and the members of the Chamber of Commerce totally support your efforts, and we are confident that with your leadership, the road to continue is going to be paved, and although it might not be easy to reach the end, you will. You will. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And again, thank you again, Mr. Romer and Mr. Policy, for being here. We will now take a brief 3-4 minute recess and we'll reconvene the Carson.
It's such a similar funding that you just think of the other sides with Goldman Sachs again. This is just lock stock. This is the new way to move the teams. This is actually Goldman Sachs would like to hear you say it's a kind of situation that's very simple. There's going to be a lot of hearts broken on so many forms of this. So many Charger fans in San Diego, so many Raider fans. If this goes through, is there a worry about it? Yeah, don't talk about that. A good section of not only is there any concern about the fact that both teams are from the same budget? The Chargers and the Raiders have made it clear from the very, very beginning that once they would be given, if they were given the approval to move, they would abide by any league decision relative to alignment. That means conference or division. So, has the league given or the owners given you any indication that that's a possibility? No. They said that it's a matter of, depending upon what their decision is as to both teams have pledged that they will live by whatever the league finds as in the best interest. Is it at all just having such rival teams really in the same house? Isn't that just a you might see that. Davis family, especially Al Davis, and the Spanish family, as a matter of fact, Davis any possible way that we can, I don't believe that there's any, I won't use the word possible, but I don't believe there's any problem that 3 teams can come to LA, and I know the league has made it perfectly clear, they will support only LA State.
Is there any chance of the former cities, San Diego and any others of their natural city taking on the Chargers name with the Raiders name the second when they deactivate the Browns name and then they brought it back, they had to come the Raiders.
But this just ranks it over the top right here. I think it's the best stadium situation for the Raiders and the Chargers. And I think they should go ahead and make this happen.